Hello there. Welcome to Getaway. It is time for you to chill out and enjoy a trip right around the globe from the comfort of your own couch. Coming up, you and I are discovering the Danube in depth. You have one river that takes in several countries that are full of history, culture, delicious food. We are cycling New Zealand's glorious South Island.
This little gem is the Douro Valley, a relatively undiscovered area full of epic scenery and wonderful wineries.
Exploring the vibrant Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh.
It feels like absolute chaos, but somehow it works. The sights, the sounds, the smells of the city, it's amazing.
Plus, we are taking one of Australia's very best driving holidays, the Great Ocean Road.
It comes in at less than 250 k's in length, so you could do it in one day, but my advice is to take your time. Hello, welcome to Getaway and welcome to Portugal. If, like me, you've never been to this sun-drenched slice of paradise, then we can discover it together. If you're lucky enough that you've already been, then you'll want to revisit its terraced vineyards, gorgeous gardens, impressive palaces, and the lovely locals. Either way, it's a win-win. As the Portuguese say, está pronto? Of course, we're ready for this.
I just think you're cool.
Porto is Portugal's second largest city after Lisbon, and it's the starting point for our 11-day cruise along the Douro River with Scenic. For the sweet tooths among us, there is one mandatory first stop upon arriving in Portugal, pastéis de nata, or as we know them, Portuguese tarts.
This is a typical Portuguese breakfast. An espresso, the Portuguese tart, and the final touch, a little flourish of cinnamon. Oh, I'm so glad I got two.
Porto's Old Town area revolves around the magnificent Douro, which has long been the lifeblood of this port city.
These boats, called Rebelos, were used to carry port from the Douro Valley to right here in Porto.
These days, they carry tourists and can deliver us to the other side of the river to discover Porto from another perspective.
It's so interesting seeing a new city from above because you realise how big it is, or in Porto's case, how compact it is.
With Scenic, you'll discover all of Porto's prettiest sights, as well as having free time to discover a few of your own. Every day, there are Scenic free choice tours to choose from. I've opted to explore the nearby region of Arouca and its landmark suspension bridge.
Pedro, I like your office,
Yes,
but
for
clearly you have no fear of heights.
Yes, that was one of the requirements when I applied for this job.
How high up will we be?
So when we reach the middle of the bridge, that's when we reach the highest point. Where you have the Douro River under your feet, there will be 175 meters, like a 50-story building.
On completion in 2021, this was the world's largest suspension bridge. And while the title has already been overtaken, it can certainly lay claim to being one of the most significant structures in the country.
It's amazing that you've got this bridge because then it brings people to this area to learn more about it and appreciate it.
Yes, that was one of the goals from the municipality when we build, and to give people the opportunity to have another perspective and another experience.
I've decided that if I just focus on you, then I'm not going to panic.
Okay.
I'll just keep watching you.
That's a good thing.
From Porto, Scenic Azure sets sail on the Douro River, which roughly translates to River of Gold. And on a day like this, it really lives up to its name. The Douro Valley is one of Portugal's most prized destinations and one of the oldest wine regions on the planet. And you'll happily lap it all up from the comfort of the masterfully designed suites on board. All but a handful of Scenic Azur's 48 suites feature these spacious balconies.
Whether it's the seemingly endless vineyards, the gorgeous country homes, or the little villages that pass us by, time spent cruising is absolutely one of the highlights of this experience. It's just another way to soak up this incredible scenery.
Our next port is Entre os Rios, and a short 25-minute drive delivers us to the stunning Avelida winery.
This garden is gobsmacking. It's so beautiful.
It is. And there's a lot of species. And this is actually the best season, you know, to see the garden. It's springtime. There's always color in this garden.
So one family has owned this property.
Yes, they've been here for 5 generations, since the 1600s.
The vision of one man, Manuel Pedro Geddes, has left a legacy that has inspired generations.
You can tell that there's so much love poured into not just the winery, but also
All
this garden.
Yes, this is their house, their home. And the funny thing is that there's always family members who are particularly interested in the garden. And so they still bring things into the garden. That's why we have all this different species, different colors.
With so much to see, it's easy to forget this is one of the most renowned wineries in the country. Avelida Winery is in the heart of the Vinho Verde wine region. Vinho Verde translates as green wine, not for the colour of the wine, but the lush rolling vines.
This is Vinho Verde, Casal Garcia. This was actually our first wine produced on the estate in 1939. It's the most popular wine in Portugal as well as abroad. It's very refreshing, very flavorish, a lot of aromas. So like we like to say in Portugal, saúde.
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 Explore Portugal in truly all-inclusive ultra-luxury on board Scenic Azur. Exclusive Scenic and Rich experiences, Scenic free choice activities, all onboard meals and drinks are included. Secure your 2026 river cruise with an exclusive air credit offer available. Getaway viewers can save an additional $300 per person with an exclusive voucher. To request your voucher, visit scenic.com.au/getaway, call 1300 790 372 or speak to your local travel advisor.
If you were me, maybe you would understand the things
The first thing you'll notice about the Gold Coast, apart from the amazing beaches, is the outdoorsy lifestyle. From sun up to sundown, people are swimming, surfing, beaching, biking, hiking, and generally just soaking in the good vibe, because once you're here, it's hard not to get amongst it.
As a local, I've got a long list of my favourite ways to enjoy the outdoors. And like the rest of the morning crowd, I'm kicking off my day in activewear.
Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance.
This walk around Talabudgera Creek and through the Birdley Headlands National Park is right at the top of the list.
When my heart breaks, when my world shakes. Dance the night.
Thank you. See ya. Pretty much every cafe and kiosk on the Gold Coast has an acai bowl on the menu, which works well for me because these things are my guilty pleasure. And when you're around the elements all day, the sun, the sand, the salt, a treat like this is exactly what you need.
There's location
I'm in heaven.
in the beat.
This is where it's at.
Burleigh Point is definitely one of my favourite hangouts on the Goldie. But there's coastline to explore as far as the eye can see. Grabbing a line bike and riding from beach to beach is a great alternative to tackling the traffic.
The Gold Coast is home to almost 2,500 kilometres of bike paths and walkways, linking suburbs, neighbourhoods and, of course, its world-famous beaches. From Burleigh, it's just 10 k's down the road to Currumbin and one of the coast's oldest and most loved landmarks.
Myself, all the car volunteers will come around with jugs of food for you, filled with nectar, so that we can get all the food onto your plate ASAP. And we'll have birdies waiting on there in no time at all.
This bird feeding was first kicked off in the 1940s by a local bloke as a means of stopping neighbourhood lorikeets from attacking his garden. And now, almost 80 years later, it's still attracting all the crowds and flocks of birds.
Spread over 27 hectares, Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary is home to more than 1,400 animals and birds. But it's the lorikeets that remain the star attraction, with bird feeding held every day at 8 and 4. From Currumbin, it's an easy and flat 15-minute ride to the Gold Coast's southernmost suburb of Coolangatta and its iconic Pink Hotel. This bold and bright revamped 1950s hotel has become a landmark of the Coolangatta landscape, and it's my top pick for a memorable place to stay.
This isn't the kind of hotel that blends in with its surroundings. It's crazy and it's colourful, and over the years has become a bit of an icon of the area. Every room is completely individual, so no matter how many times you stay, you'll always have a different but equally cool experience.
There's 17 rooms in total, including 6 suites, each with their own individual identity. The styling is a funky mix of retro and rock star. It's also home to Eddie's Grub House, an old-school rock and roll burger bar. You can dine in or take my tip and head up to the hotel rooftop for dinner with a view.
Whether you're visiting the North or South Island, New Zealand is full of wide open spaces and dreamy views. Every region has its own unique charm, and this little gem is the Waipara Valley, a relatively undiscovered area full of epic scenery and wonderful wineries.
'Cause I've been waiting for you all my life.
It's hard to believe this vast region is just 40 minutes north of the city of Christchurch. Oh, Phil, this is absolutely stunning looking around here. And you know what, I'm ashamed to say I'd never heard of this region before. It's a real hidden gem.
Yeah, it really is, and it is special, and not too many people have been here, unfortunately, but you know, that's also part of its appeal. Everything that you come to the South Island for good food and good wine and, you know, stunning scenery, you get that here, but the best part, without the crowds.
It's easy to explore by road, and on an e-bike you get the fresh air as well as being able to truly soak in the scenery.
It does have this incredible feeling of being close to the mountains, and the alpine peaks are just down the road, and then there's a surf beach, you know, about 10 k's behind us.
We're doing a little sample of a much larger 6-day tour offered by Adventure South.
So we're at George's Road, and this is one of the great little vineyards here. Kirk and his team produce a number of different wines. Stunning spot, and look, you know, the mountains there and the hills. It's a really cool place to come and have a tasting.
Snow-capped mountains, fresh air, and you promised me nice wine?
Good wine, promise, promise, absolutely.
George's Road is an 8-hectare estate with an intentional small-scale approach to winemaking. you dig the holes here, you plant the vines, and you take it all the way through to right now tasting. How does that feel to be so in control of what we're about to drink?
Well, it's absolutely what I've sort of envisaged from the start, I guess.
Yep.
You know, being in control from grape to glass, you know, making the wine, firstly, how I like wine.
It's no secret that New Zealand is known for its great wine, but Waipara Valley has remained under the radar for most people.
We all know Central Otago, we all know Hawke's Bay, Marlborough, the big machine that it is, but there is totally a lot of smaller regions who are growing and making some beautiful wine, and this is certainly one of them.
Oh, that's good. But it's not just the vineyards. This region is home to many hidden gems. It's almost like nature was created for you to have these sculptures around.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's kind of like the landscape coming together, creating an exhibition space for people to come and enjoy.
Iron Ridge Quarry Sculpture Park is a former limestone quarry come open-air art gallery. The sculptures on display are the result of many years of hard work from artist and owner Raymond Herber. Some of your pieces, I mean, they're so flowing and beautiful. And then you've got this one that's quite quirky. I mean, it's a bicycle with a whip and a fan. What is this?
So, yep, the whipper cycle, by all means, have a turn.
Really?
The fan will cool you down, the whip will keep you going.
Oh! I need this at every shoot. And the whip to make me work faster. Well, this looks lovely. Is this our final stop?
It is, yeah, the Bone Line. So another great little winery here with a great variety of wines.
Located upstream from the south bank of the Waipara River, Bone Line was given its name from the ancient fossils found close to their vineyard. So this place is rich in history, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is a winery that's been here for about 30-odd years, but the valley is about 65 million years.
Wow.
So the Bone Line, they really try and celebrate the geological formations and the history in the region found through here.
I cannot wait to taste this. 65 million years in the making, this Pinot.
In the making, absolutely. So, and I think we've earned it, haven't we, after riding today?
I've worked up a thirst. Thanks to you, Phil.
Pleasure,
Cheers.
thank you.
Beautiful.
That's nice, isn't it?
Travel is all about new experiences, and for me, this is about as new as it gets. First time on a river cruise and first time in Cambodia and Vietnam. Now, we're traveling on one of the world's great river systems, the mighty Mekong, past quaint villages, temples, and hitting the bustling cities of Phnom Penh and Ho Chi Minh. If you're looking for the best way to discover the heart of Southeast Asia, I think this might be it. Phnom Penh is the capital of the country of Cambodia. From this captivating city, Emerald Harmony will wind its way along the Mekong to Vietnam's largest metropolis, Ho Chi Minh City. Cambodia is a country known for its rivers and wide plains, as well as its many temples and palaces. As a kingdom, Cambodia has a royal family, and it's no surprise that the king's residence in Phnom Penh is one of the most incredible palace complexes in the country.
Here on our left-hand side, you can see a large building which is called the throne hall, which is reserved for the ceremony in the palace, including the king coronations.
The buildings in the complex were constructed in the 1860s, when it was decided to move the capital south from the town of Udon. But its history goes far beyond that.
It has been influenced a lot by the Angkorean architecture in the 12th century AD.
Like many Asian cities, Scooters and tuk-tuks are the main mode of transport. And for us visitors, it's the best way to experience life, just like a local.
So what's your favourite part about being in a tuk-tuk?
I can see more around here because it's more open at the back.
For me, I really feel like I'm a part of the city when I'm in a tuk-tuk. You know, you can really smell and feel it. Phnom Penh really comes alive at night. It's so vibrant. It feels like absolute chaos, but somehow it works. How do people not crash?
Well, the people know how to go with the flow, doing this every day like a habit. So they know how to keep spacing.
It becomes like a sixth sense. Oh, jeez.
Independent monument is behind us. We just crossed it, yes. The local people call this one the Cambodian Champs-Élysées.
Oh, this is the Cambodian Champs-Élysées. I like that a lot. It's a really exciting, vibrant city.
Absolutely.
It's impossible to visit Cambodia without acknowledging some of the horrific history that happened here. But these monuments serve not just as a memorial for the people who have passed, but as a symbol for the Cambodian people and their ability to triumph in adversity.
In the 1970s, when Cambodia was under the rule of the Khmer Rouge, it's estimated over 2 million lives were taken by the regime. There are many sites in the country known as killing fields, which hold mass graves and memorials for the victims. Shoyang Ek is one of the largest and lies just a short drive from the city.
See, to monuments like this one, what kind of significance do they have to the Cambodian people?
With these monuments, the people can come to pray or come to worship, and they also can leave some offering to their relatives and their family.
Appreciating the past tragedies the country has endured also gives a greater appreciation for the character and kindness of the Cambodian people. After just an hour or two back on board Emerald Harmony, the city is a distant memory as we cruise through the Cambodian countryside.
So I'm taking my time on my ride.
Fortunately, there's stops all along the river, so we can meet with the locals and experience their way of life firsthand.
The ox are a big part of Cambodian culture. There's a lot of history around the ox.
Yes, of course. We use ox cart more than 1,000 years already.
1,000 years?
Since 10th century AD.
Here in Kampong Trolak, the tradition of the ox cart is still alive and well.
Ox cart has been used for the transportation of the rice products and for the transportation of the people from place to place. Some people in Cambodia also call it the local limo.
The local limo, I love that. So this is about as authentic a Cambodian experience as you can get.
Yes.
Local limo.
Local limo.
Just a few minutes south is the historic town of Udon, once the capital, now a serene sanctuary of Buddhist culture.
Sita, this is a functioning monastery right now. How many monks are on the property?
We do have 150 monks here and 400 nuns.
400 nuns?
400 nuns.
It's also the location of one of several Emerald Plus cultural experiences on the cruise. A traditional Buddhist blessing just for us. Back on board Emerald Harmony, and after an incredible three-course meal, we're treated to a traditional Cambodian performance on the sun deck. A very fitting farewell to a very special place.
Join Emerald Cruises and discover the magic of Southeast Asia river cruising. All meals plus selected drinks, shore excursions and more are included. Secure your unforgettable 2026 or 2027 departure today with super early bird savings up to $1,500 per person. Getaway viewers can save an additional $250 per person off the Emerald Cruises Luxury River Cruise Collection. For more information or to request your voucher, visit emeraldcruises.com.au/getaway offer, call 1300 390 386 or speak to your travel advisor.
Mount Isa has always been a bit of a diamond in the rough out here in Outback Queensland because it was built on a rich mineral deposit that's made it one of the most important mines not only in Australia but also right around the world. It's a land of red dirt, blood, sweat and tears, and because of its isolation out here, it's given the Isa a character all of its own. There's so much more to this town though, and visiting is all about getting to know the story of this region. One of the town's most famous attractions is the Mount Isa Rodeo.
Are you ready for some rodeo?
It's a huge draw card for cowboys and girls from right around the country. So much, in fact, it's become the largest rodeo in the Southern Hemisphere. But it's mining that really put Mount Isa on the map. And the Outback at Isa showcases some of that history. And just out the back is this natural gem.
So this beauty right here, this is a ruby saltbush. Some people actually call it a little bush tomato because it looks like a little tiny red tomato.
Oh wow, you do get a really big pop of sweetness, don't you?
Yeah.
The Bush Tucker Tour gives you a chance to learn about the ancient culinary traditions of Australia's Indigenous culture. Edna, it's quite an amazing way to come and taste a bit of the Queensland Outback.
Yeah, so it's really good because it gives visitors an experience, Indigenous experience actually, and we get to teach them about everything that's over 50,000 years old, so very old knowledge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Led by local Indigenous guides, the experience takes you on a sensory journey, revealing some secrets of the outback landscape.
So what guests find amazing about northwest Queensland is that there's so much out here. They think it's dead and dry, but it's not. There's like 1,000 different plants and weeds and trees that you can use for anything, like fruit, medicine, pastries even, cakes, or just tea.
There's plenty of interesting flavours to tickle your taste buds, but I'd highly recommend sticking close to your guide on this one.
Laxatives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Constipation medication. We call it cattle bush because cattle eat it. Yeah, they poop and it smells horrid.
Right.
It's not as bad as bat poop, so there's that bonus.
I just called into the city of Mount Isa.
Mount Isa's story is really all about the people. And the resilience of those who have lived in the area is also on display in a totally unique experience. This is Australia's first and only underground hospital, which was set up back in World War II. And at the time, all the miners of the area banded together to blast and carve these tunnels out of solid rock in just under 4 months. But it was all for a very good cause. The underground hospital takes you on an immersive journey back to the 1940s.
This place was set up as an air raid shelter. So during World War II, when the Japanese were threatening to invade Australia and threatening to bomb some of the cities around the coast, we were under the assumption that we would be next. So all the volunteer miners dug this tunnel out for the hospital. When the air raid drills happened, everyone had to come down here. That's patients, doctors, nurses. Everyone had to come down here and wait out until the siren was over.
The 1-hour guided tour brings to life the stories of the hospital. It's a living piece of history that was lost for decades until some local kids found the tunnels and made the mistake of lighting a campfire down here.
The fire brigade are sent, the police are sent, the kids are picked up, and that's when all the stories start to come out, because you've got all the volunteer miners, doctors, all the nurses, everyone with all their stories start to come out, and that's when we turn it into a tourist attraction.
Wow. One of the charms of Mount Isa is the surrounding landscapes, and Lake Mundara is one of the area's not-so-hidden gems. A sunset tour shakes up the usual outback scenery with a visit to the lake that sits just 15 minutes from the centre of town. The tour takes you to all the key locations, but it's the final stop, shared with a few of the locals, that everyone comes to enjoy. This is one of the things I love about travelling through Outback Queensland. You just have to expect the unexpected.
Blessed with towering cliffs, great surf, idyllic little coastal towns and inspiring landmarks, the Great Ocean Road is one of the greatest coastal drives in Australia. It comes in at less than 250 k's in length, so you could do it in one day, but my advice is to take your time and make lots of little pit stops, because in this instance, it's not about the destination, it is all about the journey.
The official start of the Great Ocean Road is in the surf town of Torquay, around an hour-and-a-half drive from Melbourne. From Torquay, it winds its way along the southwest of Victoria and ends in Port Fairy. There's many gems along the way, but before you start, you'll need a sandwich stop.
What brought you here to Torquay?
What brought us to Torquay was my wife surfs. This is the surfing mecca of Australia, I guess.
Cool wife.
She's pretty cool. So yeah, we moved down here for the surf, but also location-wise to Melbourne. On the weekends, we get a lot of people coming here as a first stop to get their goodies from the deli to go down the Great Ocean Road.
Hidden down a laneway in one of the main streets, Mortadeli began as a cafe and sandwich shop, now expanded to include a deli and pasta bar.
Jake, you've got so many different options on the menu as well.
Yeah.
Some I've never heard of, like the Hobbs
Bezzet.
Hobbs Bezzet, that one. What does that mean?
So that's my heritage on a plate, I guess. It's a Maltese tuna sandwich. They're nice, fresh, like Mediterranean flavours. So you've got tuna, olives, capers, lots of olive oil, parsley. Mediterranean on a plate.
I can tell just by looking at it that this is going to be amazing, but I'm not one of those neat eaters, so this is probably going to get messy. I have no idea how to wrap my laughing gear around this, so we might stop filming now.
The road hugs the coast along iconic seaside towns like Anglesey and Aries Inlet, and further south to Lorne. And while the beaches are the star attraction, much of the Great Ocean Road is bordered by the Great Otway National Park, so it's a great idea to take a detour inland.
This is the perfect setting for all these activities.
Yeah, we're just so lucky to be out in nature, and we kind of want to promote people just to get away from their screens and their devices and just enjoy nature up in the trees.
But it's so well camouflaged, it's all blended in.
Yeah, we've done our best not to remove much of nature. Like, we've kept most of the trees, pretty much all the trees, and they're actually our lifeline here. They hold everything that you see here that holds you up in the air.
Nestled among the towering treetops is this off-grid adventure park, offering everything from a gentle walk in the canopy to high adrenaline action.
So nice to be up in the treetops.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And it's so close. We're only a kilometre away from the beach, but then we just have this beautiful forest with all these treetop walks. It's sensational.
Okay, here goes.
Enjoy.
Whoa! Okay, that's quite fast. I didn't know how to stop. Wow, coming in hot, that's for sure.
Cruising along the Great Ocean Road, there's as many accommodation options as there are spectacular vistas, from boutique hotels to cosy Airbnbs. But perhaps none of the stays on offer are quite as unique as this, a converted 1920s steam carriage.
How did it all come about?
Well, we inherited the carriage by default, really, because we bought the house next door and we were interested in turning that into an Airbnb. So we tidied this up enough so that people could just come in and have a look, just out of curiosity. And then we found that people were interested in the train carriage. And ironically, this is now the most popular one.
The space features a master bedroom inside a double compartment carriage and even a private outdoor bath.
Not many people can say that they've slept in a steam train, let alone a first-class carriage. Now, a trip along the Great Ocean Road is memorable enough, but throw in a stay here and it's guaranteed to be a holiday that you will not forget.
Think about it. There must be a higher love.
If you're thinking about going to Europe to sample a Danube River cruise, you have one river that takes in several countries that are full of history, culture, delicious food, and then you throw in the romance of floating down a river, just passing one beautiful castle and pretty village after another. I just think it has it all, and I am going to prove it to you now, beginning right here in the Paris of the East.
Grand, yet grounded. Romantic, yet real. Budapest, Hungary's capital, is one of Central Europe's most absorbing cities, and running right through its heart is the Danube River. Over the next 10 days, we'll be cruising aboard the luxurious Scenic Amber, exploring this iconic waterway in depth. Alrighty, to kick the day off in Budapest, the fortress and fisherman's bastion has the best views of the city and honours the guild of fishermen who defended the city against invading armies for centuries.
When you come up here, does this still take your breath away?
All the time I come up here, yes. It's beautiful up here.
Is it fair to say that we're actually very lucky to have all of these buildings? I mean, considering the challenges, the wars that Hungary and Budapest has gone through. Is that fair?
It is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
We had more than 15 sieges here in Budapest, and look around, it's still standing.
In spite of its history of invasion, Hungary held on to its language, its traditions, and most importantly, its cuisine. This is the Great Market Hall. First opened in 1897, its stunning tiling and super fresh produce make it part food bazaar, part cultural treasure, and 100% authentic.
So it's a regular farmers market where local housewives come, usually on Fridays and Saturdays.
They absolutely love their meat with everything here.
And salami is a Hungarian specialty.
Okay, so this is, is it with the chili?
It's with the chili, yes.
Oh, wait, what?
So what do you think?
Still alive? Oh my goodness. Hold on, I actually really am breaking out in sweat.
Love you, Budapest.
Don't call me up, I'm going out tonight. As the sun sets on our first day of adventure, our first night of river cruising begins by the lights of a Danube moon. Budapest by day, well, that was pretty beautiful. But by night, wow, she's a total stunner. So don't call me up. So don't call me up. The overnight journey from Budapest to our next stop in Bratislava is around about 200 kilometres. Bratislava is the capital of modern-day Slovakia. After becoming peacefully independent from the Czech Republic in 1993's Velvet Divorce, the Danube River now connects the young country to its closest neighbours. However, this wasn't always the case.
How many countries can I see from this point?
From this point, we can see 3 countries: Austria, Hungary, and we are in Slovakia.
Where was the Iron Curtain? Where was that barbed wire fence?
The Danube River was the Iron Curtain behind this bridge, and this line, like the motorway, what we can see here down, this was really the fence, the Iron Curtain.
So what would have happened if you'd tried to cross that fence?
And if you cross the first line, you will maybe the shoot down by the soldiers.
Since independence in 1993, Bratislava has become a really cool, vibey university town, absorbing influences from right across Europe. For a true taste of old-school opulence, you've got to try Konditorei Kormuth. It's sort of part museum, part patisserie.
I have heard that the caramel cake is the one to go for. That's the most famous one. Is that okay? I might choose that one.
Good choice.
While it was actually opened in 2017, the patisserie is adorned with hand-painted Renaissance frescoes and original antiques from the 16th to 19th centuries.
Pretty darn delicious, isn't it? You stop talking.
Sometimes it's very important to have just a break and enjoy.
Said me never.
Discover the Danube in depth in all-inclusive, ultra-luxury with Scenic. Exclusive Scenic and rich events, Scenic free choice activities, plus all onboard meals and premium drinks, they are included. Secure your 2026 River Cruise with exclusive air credit offer available. Getaway viewers, you can save an additional $300 per person with an exclusive voucher. So for more info or to request your voucher, just visit scenic.com.au/getaway, call 1300 790 372 or have a chat to your local travel advisor. Well, thank you so much for travelling the world with us. Next week, we will continue our cruise through Europe.
Another day, another country that our beloved Danube has delivered us to.
We'll discover a slightly different side to the Hawaiian Islands.
Hawaii is also home to some incredible ranches and its fair share of cowboys and cowgirls.
Plus, how about we sail through the wonderful Whitsundays?
You have total freedom to go where you want to go and see the places that you want to see.
Until we meet again, you stay safe and bon voyage.